Hello and welcome back to my channel today. Today I have something quite different to share with you, and actually quite different for myself as well. I'm here to share an art journal page. I don't do a lot of art journaling. As you can see, I really only have a couple of pages done in this, but I recently became a patron of Inkie Quill, and I've been binge watching a lot of her art journal flip-throughs and art journal processes and collage videos and printing out the printables, and it really got me inspired, and I really wanted to try. I'm no Dell, I'm going to tell you that now. This is nowhere close to the kind of stuff that she does, which is just absolutely gorgeous. And before I actually tried with her printables, I thought I would just use a few things that I found in a magazine. So there we go. So I had some fun. I started this last night and finished it today. I must say it's something that took me 2 to 3 times longer than it takes me to do a layout. But I really enjoyed the process. It's really therapeutic. You really get lost in it. So I had a lot of fun. So this is what I did. So to begin with, I just used my gesso, my Liquitex gesso, gessoed both pages completely. I like this gesso because it's fairly liquid. It goes on really well with a palette knife, and it goes on very smoothly. So I think I'll be sticking with this brand. Here we go. So I covered the entire page, and then I let that dry. And the next bit that I did was get my colorings out from Shimmers. And this one is Mama Sings the Blues. And I actually just spritzed from a little bit up and a little bit closer all over. Now, what you see here there are 2 coats of this Mama Sings the Blues. So the first thing I just did a few little mists here and there, let that dry, and then after that was dry, I came in with my Tim Holtz bubble stencil and the Dazzlers Pucker Up Pink. Now, I don't use my Dazzlers or my texture paste near enough, and they're going to start drying up on me soon, so I really need to do some more of this. And what gave me the idea is, if you can just see here, underneath on this page, before I even put the gesso, was a little bit of pink mist or something hot pink that was left over from something else that I had done. And when I put the gesso on, it sort of gave it a little bit of a purplish fuchsia kind of tint. So that gave me the idea to use my Dazzlers through the stencil in quite a few places over both pages. And when it gets a little bit difficult, I just sort of hold it up and do little tiny areas. And this is a large area all over the page. And then while it was still tacky, I actually came back in with Mama Sings the Blues and did a few very specific places so that it would take on that purplish blue or indigo type tone. So you can see that here, and whereas here you can see it's really a lot closer to the actual hot pink, whereas here it sort of took on a little bit of the purplish tint. So let that dry completely, and then I punched out and fussy cut from Daphne's diary. And this I have had, gosh, I think it was maybe in the spring. I don't even know, to be honest with you, if it was this year or last year, but I did find it here, and it was a treat because this is like, I think, $20 Canadian. But I really, really did enjoy it. I haven't bought another one since, but I really did enjoy it. And you see, this is what I was going for. So I did some punching out of this. And this is the cover. So it's actually quite thick. It was a little bit challenging to get it on the page. And then I fussy cut out of one of the pages this lovely little bird and this little, I guess maybe cherry blossom kind of thing. And it was funny because when I was watching Adele put these things down and she was talking about the matte medium gel, I went, oh my God, I really need to get some of that. All I have is Mod Podge. And lo and behold, I went to look at my Razcog and yeah, I have matte medium gel. That's when you know you sort of maybe buy a little bit too much and a little bit too much on impulse. But anyway, I was so happy. So I had some matte gel medium. So I put all of this down by putting some of the matte gel medium underneath, using it as glue, and putting it then right on the page. And then, of course, painting over it as well to really seal it in. And some of these where the circles here that I punched out, this gave me a little bit more trouble because it's quite a bit thicker. So this I had to go back in a few times and actually press on it for it to stay, but it did. And then I had a few hearts that I punched out of another sheet that was in the Daphne's diary, and got all of that on the page. So then the next step that I wanted to do was to use this Sharpie white paint pen, because Adele was using that. Adele Inkie Quill was using that quite a bit in some of her processes, and it was just beautiful. But as you see, you really can't see it anywhere. Maybe a little bit paler here, a little bit around here, but really the paint pen tended to disappear quite a bit. So I'm not quite sure if I'm doing anything wrong or if this is not the right paint pen. So this is what I have. If anybody has any tips on making the white actually stay and stand out, please let me know, and I'm going to go continue binge watching a little bit over on Inkie Quill's Patreon channel. So anyway, so once that was not working out as much, I went to get a Stampin' Up! Marker and used, I think it was Night of Navy, and did a little bit more outlining, and because I don't really have any of those pens, you know, that you put on and then you sort of smush out. So I tried it here with a Stampin' Up! Marker and Stampin' Right, and actually it worked not bad. It worked not bad. So there you go. So I did a little bit of outlining. Then I did a little bit of stamping with my 49 and Market stamps. Oh, let me just go get them and show them to you. There we go. So they're actually still out on my desk. So as you can see, I used this arrow one, and I used a text one as well, which I think is still over there drying somewhere. 49 and Market Captured Adventures, which I had received in a Secret Not Secret kit. I think my March kit, and I love those stamps. So I just stamped a little bit all over the place. I drew a few little hearts. I used the Happy Puffy sticker that was in my Scrapbooking Cards Today sampler. Love. This came from the Fancy Pants Design puffy sticker sheet that I have. And there you go. Oh, and then I got some colorings again in Pink Stiletto this time. And I just did some splatters a little bit everywhere. So use this. So there you go. So I really enjoyed this, and I had a ball doing this. There's no meaning to it. Didn't really need to do. There's no journaling on it either, or quote. I really just wanted to play and have fun, which I did. So if you would like to see the occasional art journal, it's probably not something that I'm going to do that often, maybe once a month or so. If you would like to see that on my channel, please leave me a comment below. In the meantime, I will leave a link to Inkie Quill's YouTube channel and to her Let's Get Inky channel. Now, the printables that I'm referring to are for her patrons only, and I am a patron of hers. But her YouTube channels, both of them, have tons and tons and tons of inspiration. So there you go. Have a lovely day. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.